What else we got? Oh, I know what we got. We got those polls that we take them with a grain of salt, right? Because we know that polls are nothing but snapshots in time, right? That's all a poll is. You could poll somebody today, they say, that's a nice jacket you got on. You poll me next week, they'll be like, get rid of that jacket. Because they changed their mind about it. They're like, oh, I see some threads coming from that jacket. You need to throw that away, because in a snapshot in time, people's opinions change, particularly when we have these things called news cycles. So when I focus on a poll, when I tell you about a poll, it's never to be seen like this is the end-all, be-all. Okay? But I'm not saying it's totally irrelevant. Case in point, check this out. New Emerson poll puts Bernie Sanders in the lead. Well, anyway, up against Trump. Check this out. As you can see here, Trump is actually in this 2020 national head-to-head poll dated November 17th to November 20th. They have Bernie Sanders 1 point ahead of Donald Trump. They have Trump tied with Warren and Biden down by 2 points. And they're already putting Buttigieg in these national polls, down by 4 points. Wow. But one of the things also in this poll that's mentioned is that Donald Trump's national approval rating has increased in the last month, with a 48 approval and a 47% disapproval. Now that's a bounce from his 43% approval back in October. So that's important, guys, to know, because what's going on now that may have an impact on why his approval rating went up? You know what's going on. Impeachment inquiries. Ukraine is going on. So this is something we've been talking about in independent media, right? We've been saying them going after Trump for this impeachment, and I'm not saying they don't have a point. Then I'm not saying he didn't break some laws. Apparently he did. Okay? I haven't even been watching it that close, and I can safely say, I think, if you add in the emoluments clause, and now you add in what appears to be just self-interest, he was protecting to get a one-up on a candidate, a competitor in another party. It does appear to be that way, and a bribery may be an issue. But at the end of the day, you won't be able to get the votes in order to impeach him. So what are we really doing? Oh, we just want to do it to, because we need to send a message. Okay, send a message. Well, one of the consequences of sending a message to a president which you will not have the ability to impeach is you will rile up his base. And one thing that people know how to do, particularly Republicans know how to do, particularly conservatives, play victim.
No, sir, I don't want to be rude. I just wanted you to have a chance to answer the question that I asked you.
I've answered everything. It's a whole hoax. And you know who's playing into the hoax? People like you and the fake news media that we have in this country. And I say in many cases, the corrupt media, because you're corrupt. Much of the media in this country is not just fake, it's corrupt.
The president revealed his call with the Ukrainian president as a part of his ongoing effort to prove that he was wrong during the 2016 campaign, an effort that may include bringing lawsuits against federal investigators on special counsel Robert Mueller's team.
And just so you know, we've been investigating on a personal basis through Rudy and others, lawyers, corruption in the 2016 election. We've been investigating corruption because I was going to definitely, but I probably will be bringing a lot of litigation against a lot of people having to do with the corrupt investigation, having to do with the 2016 election.
Mr. Trump's tantrum was also playing out earlier in the day in his social media bunker as he tweeted, "The do-nothing Democrats should be focused on building up our country, not wasting everyone's time and energy on bullshit."
And it's already working. He already got a bounce from the proceedings already. He's already from 43 to 48% approval. All right, here goes another screen from that poll. Check this out. It looks like Sanders and Biden are tied up. This is 2020 Democratic Primary Caucus national poll, 17th through the 20th. Democratic primary voters, Biden and Sanders tied at 27%. Then we have Warren. Buttigieg down to 7, Yang at 4, Harris at 3, Gabbard at 2, Steyer, Klobuchar, Booker, Castro, Bloomberg, Sistak. Sistak dropped out, didn't he? Sistak. That's some H&R Puffin stuff, isn't it? Williamson, Delaney, Bullock, Patrick, Bennett, someone else. Number one issue for the Republicans and independents is the economy. While for Democrats, the number one issue is health care. And it ranked highest of all issues across the board is health care for the Democrats, 25%. Democrats, health care, Republicans and independents, economy. Interesting, right? Overall, the economy continues to be the most important issue for 1 in 3 voters, 34%. In deciding who they will vote for president, healthcare is the second and most important overall at 18%, followed by immigration, social issues at 10% each. The environment and impeachment were next at 7 apiece, with foreign policy being the least important issue for voters at 3%. It's our fixation on Hollywood, a fixation on movies. It's our belief that America, when we engage in war, that we're doing it for righteous reasons. Everything in the propaganda tells people that. That's why I'm telling you, the foreign policy being the least important issue, that's going to be a hard nut to crack. And it is a shame. Bernie Sanders is blowing the doors off right now. He's getting hot at the right time. Of course, the right time is any time, but the right time definitely when you're leading into the caucus is coming up in Iowa. Bernie Sanders has the most boots on the ground of any candidate across the country. Bernie has the most volunteers. He just crushed a 4 million, 4 million donations? 4 million, I think it was. He set records with how much money he's been raising. He set records with the number of donors that he has. Joe Biden, his grassroots funding is non-existent. He can't even raise money online. I'm telling you guys, this race looks like it's Bernie's to win. Like it's his to lose, too. So I know a lot of people want to say, hey, Bernie, do this, do that, do the other thing.
2 more U.S. soldiers were killed today in Afghanistan, tragically, in America's longest war. Senator Sanders, you've long said you want to bring the troops back home from Afghanistan. Would you cut a deal with the Taliban to end the war, even if it means the collapse of the Afghan government that America has long supported?
Well, let me just say this. One of the big differences between the Vice President and myself is he supported the terrible war in Iraq, and I helped lead the opposition against it. And not only that, I voted against the very first Gulf War as well. And I think we need a foreign policy which understands who our enemies are, that we don't have to spend more money on the military than the next 10 nations combined. But to answer your question, yeah, I think it is time, after spending many trillions of dollars on these endless wars, which have resulted in more dislocation and mass migrations and pain in that region, it is time to bring our troops home. But unlike Trump, I will not do it through a tweet at 3 o'clock in the morning. I will do it working with the international community, and if it's necessary to negotiate with the Taliban, of course, we will do that. But at the end of the day, we have to rethink the entire war on terror, which has caused so much pain and lost so many lives, not only for our own men and women in the armed forces, but for people in that region as well.
Thank you, Senator. Ashley?
He's in the right position right now to win this. You know, I'm not going to armchair quarterback him. I know some things. Be more aggressive, Bernie. Do this, do that, Bernie. Do the other thing. Yeah. Maybe we look and see. I'm not saying we don't push for issues that we care about, but when you're going up against the establishment, maybe somebody has a plan and they kind of trying to figure it out. Maybe they're actually working on a strategy that we're unaware of because none of us are in the campaign to know. But I got to imagine there's got to be a plan at bay. And it seems to be working pretty well. I mean, the last thing that they want is Bernie Sanders to be polling like this. That's the last thing they want. Believe me, if Bernie Sanders is polling and tied up with Biden, he's probably leading them by 5 points. They don't want him to be tied. They don't want Bernie to be in the conversation at all. They don't want Bernie in the conversation. They don't want Tulsi in the conversation. They don't want Andrew Yang in the conversation. These are 3 outlier candidates who do not follow the script. Did you enjoy that content? I know you did. You got great taste, Johnson. What can I say? Become a member of the Tim Black Wolf Pack today right here on YouTube or go to patreon.com, Tim's Take Live. And you'll get free stuff, special stuff, secret stuff. Do it today. Wolfpack.